So now that we've talked about the containers, I want to give you a few tips when it comes to meal planning and meal prep. And these are really important because for you to be able to follow through and reach your goals, you want to try to sit down and plan out your meals and plan out some meal prep and get things done that are easy. Because if you have things already done for you, you're less likely to grab junk or to order food because you don't feel like cooking. I am the queen of saying I don't feel like cooking, let's order something out. But that gets really expensive. And it's very hard to track what you're eating whenever you're just eating crap all the time. And of course, Penny's barking right now. But I suggest sitting down, whether it's Saturday night or Sunday, and planning out what you want to eat for the week. Now, if you're someone like me that doesn't like reheating things and doesn't like leftovers, it's very hard to plan out, a whole week's worth of food. So sometimes I sit down and I try to do, 2 to 3 days at a time if I'm meal prepping. So like if you want to meal prep some chicken or some rice or some veggies, I typically do 2 to 3 days at a time because I'll eat those for those couple days and then I'll meal prep again because I just can't do the whole week. Some people can. You can meal prep an entire week's worth of food, and that's so hard to say, let's order out because I already have food done. But now that you know the containers that you're supposed to be eating, you can sit down and figure out what you want to eat for the whole week. You can even plan out your whole week's meals, but not meal prep the whole week's meals. And then when you go grocery shopping, you'll get exactly what you need because you're going to make a list based off of the containers that you're allowed to eat for the entire week. So I try to eat like 5 to 6 times a day. I have breakfast, I have a snack, I have lunch, I have a snack, I have dinner. Sometimes I have a late night snack. So they're just smaller portioned out meals. You're not eating twice a day or once a day and having this huge meal. You're eating smaller meals more frequently, which gives your body time to digest, enough time to digest before it eats again. And your body never goes into starvation mode because you're constantly feeding it. So try to plan out your dinners and plan those first. I like to do a veggie, a protein, and a carb at dinner. Typically, my carbs are always sweet potatoes because I love sweet potatoes, and they're like the healthiest form of a carb on most meal plans that you'll find. So those are one thing that I do prep. I'll cook maybe 4 to 5 sweet potatoes in the oven. I bake them at 425 for like an hour, if not longer. And they get very caramelized and really sweet because I don't put anything on them. I eat them plain. So I'll bake them, I'll peel them, and I'll cut them, you know, pretty much the size of a yellow container, and I'll put them in the fridge. And I actually like to eat them cold. It's really weird. And then another thing that I like to prep is some rice or some quinoa or whatever you're eating because you can cook a big batch of that and put that in the fridge, and that reheats very easily. But veggies, I like to have fresh, and a lot of meats, depending on what I'm eating, I like to have fresh. But you plan out your dinner, plan out your lunch. If you do like leftovers, you can make a little more of your dinners and have them for your lunches, or you can have a salad or a sandwich or something, whatever it is that you like, but just make sure that you're eating within your container amounts. My breakfast is almost always my shake. It's the easiest thing to make in the mornings. I know that I'm starting my day out right, and it fills me up. I love to make it with the almond milk and some banana, half of a banana, depending on your size of the banana. Again, this is something else. We just talked about this in the container video. A banana, depending on the size, depends on what you can eat. If you buy those big bananas and you eat one banana and count that as a purple, you're actually wrong because a large banana actually counts as 2 purples. So I tend to buy the smaller bananas at the store because I know I can have the whole thing. If you buy the big bananas, you can actually only have half for a purple container. Anyway, that was the last video. But my favorite shake recipe is in the unit for Shakeology recipes. There's a whole unit. There's recipes for each flavor, no matter which one you're drinking. There's recipes for you. It might take you some time to figure out your favorite recipe, but my go-to, I literally have it every single day. It's my favorite. And I've been drinking it for going on 3 years. 3 years. My husband too, my sister too. We love it. And that's easiest for me in the morning for breakfast. And then you have snacks too. So one of my favorite things to have as a snack is avocado toast or hard-boiled eggs or a half of a grapefruit, things like that. But just plan out your meals, plan out your snacks, and just have fun with it. I'm someone that gets bored with food, which is why I only plan, 2 to 3 days at a time because I can't have chicken every single day and I can't have, brown rice or salmon every single day. Like I need to change it up or I will get bored and then I'll turn to junk or I'll order a pizza. It's just who I am, and I've come to terms with that, and I'm okay with it. But plan it all out. Again, check out that cooking show, Fixate. See if there's some recipes you want to try. There's these stuffed peppers that are really good. There's these chicken tinga tacos that are really good. Check it out. Try some new things out. They're typically very easy to make. And then, yeah,